Before I say anything about this series about who the F did I marry, the series about the young sister that married the man that turned out to be just a legacy of low achievement liar, I want to say that he was wrong for what he did. And before we all jump and give our opinion about what she did wrong and what was wrong with her, let's first acknowledge that this man was typical. I mean, he's basic. He's basically the typical man in our community that will lie without a conscience, that will look you straight in the face and tell you the exact opposite of what his plans are. A man that knows that he's running up on a woman that has low self esteem that he can use, and he takes advantage of that. Because my thing is this: just because you know you can use someone or hurt someone or harm someone, it does not mean that you should. And that is the exact case with this young lady. It's no different than a baby. If you see a baby with a piece of candy, you can take the candy away from the baby. It doesn't mean that you should. And people are like, well, that baby shouldn't have let you take that candy. And that's basically what we have here in this situation. So I just want to first of all acknowledge that I think that the man, if this story is true, and I believe that it is, I believe that this man, I hope that there is a such thing as hell. And if it is one, I hope that he goes there, and I hope he goes to it soon for doing this to this young woman. So first, that's my opinion of him. Now I'm going to talk about the situation and the story and my opinion of the whole story. But do note that I think that he was in the wrong for targeting her, because as a woman, you should be able to believe what a man says. You should be able to believe that if a man says he loves you and he wants to marry you and that he got a job and that he's got family, you should be able to believe that. But in this case, and like many other cases, he was a legacy of low achieving liar. Boy, my inbox is just runneth over with requests for me to do a video about Risa, the young lady doing this 50-part series about who the F did she marry. And I've kind of done series about this in this flavor. Like, one of the things that she really, if you look at her page, I haven't finished watching the series. It's very male centered. And she's very into these stereotypical beautiful men. Like, beautiful men ain't shit. Unless you're a real beautiful woman, leave them alone. I always say, get with somebody that look like your daddy if you're a woman. And if you're a man, get with somebody that look like your mama. Instead, you notice that the people that are the plainest, or the people with the lowest self-esteem, or the ones that's just so quick to fall for the okie doke, are the ones that'll be running in behind somebody that look like Prince and El DeBarge and looking like young Denzel Washington. They want to be with Billy D. Williams. And you look like Billy don't. I'm just saying, if you are an average at best looking woman, like Kevin Samuels said that all of us are, then why would we be running trying to go get with some Mandingo Shaka Zulu man? Like, she's talking about this man being 6'5", and that's another thing I notice about plus size women is they always want these big old gigantic men. It doesn't matter how tall he is if you are as wide as he is tall. It's still going to look funny. And it's nothing worse. So y'all know how uncomfortable it is. And I did a series about it. Is to walk up on a cute man with an ugly woman. They will make you feel so uncomfortable. You will leave there running because you will feel so uncomfortable. Because first of all, he's got to be looking at you like, acting all nasty with you. Like he don't like you, to let her know, well, I ain't looking at her because I know she look 15 times better than you. But I ain't looking at her. Look at her. You might speak to him. How y'all doing? He look all nasty at you. You reach out to shake their hands. He grab his hand and yank it back, and you just speaking to both of them, right? She's sitting there, face all garbled with a $1,500 wig on and some $1,900 contacts in her eyes and braces on her teeth, and had all kind of work done, and still look like a big-headed fish when she puts on her bonnet at night. Now, I'm not saying this about this sister. I'm just saying that she seems to be very superficial in talking about men. Just look at it. Just stop looking at that series and start looking at her page, because I'm like, okay, before I start looking at this series, I want to get to know something about her so that I can know how to listen to the series. And she still, all of her video is, my man, this is what I want my man to look like. And I want to be with a man in church. Leave men alone. After you done fell for that, you don't never need no man. Just go get a freaking cat and a dog. So I don't understand this whole concept and this whole idea of, You know, you just got to have a pretty man, especially if you plain. Let the pretty people get together. It's the same thing I say. I'm 5'1" and weigh 120 something pounds. I look absolutely ridiculous with a man that's 6'5", because I've done it before. With a man that's 6'5", weighing 300 pounds. That if he fall down, he gonna crush you. If he falls somewhere, he can't even put his arm around my shoulder to get up. And if you are a woman and you're plus size, it doesn't matter if a man is 6'7". If you're still as wide as he is tall, it's still going to look ridiculous. I want to look little with my man, but you're still big. So I'm just listening to the series, and yeah, it's a bunch of red flags, but the first red flag is that if you are a woman that's average looking, if you're not beautiful, like them beautiful women in Atlanta, don't be trying to get with no man that's like that. And if you are a beautiful man, get with a woman that looks like your mother. Find somebody that has, because there's all types of people in the world, and it's more than one person for everybody in the world. And love is not just my one soulmate. It's also a transaction. I think about that show. I recently started watching Married at First Sight. That big head ugly woman with that cute man with a part here on the side and lip gloss all on his lips and his face all greased. And she looking like that she just got a head sitting on some shoulders. She just one side. She's nothing but a blob. But she think that beautiful man, that she gonna impress him. I'm chasing after these pretty men. Because if you don't take care of your health, if you have low self-esteem to the point to where you think that you got to change everything about yourself, then get with a man that has got the same level of self-esteem or lack of it that you have. Don't go to try to go get no prince or no Shaka Zulu Mandingo king and knowing that you feel like the gum on the bottom of somebody's shoe, but you're going to get with him and just be such a good woman. And he just, like, the story to me, it just seems kind of ridiculous because it seems like that she aims too high. You know, get you an average at best man and just try to be happy. But I'm enjoying the series, and I hope that people can learn from the series. And I wish her nothing but the best.